Occasionally when my mum was tired when we were young, she would cook up some frozen chicken Kievs for dinner. So I want to show you this new recipe. The idea of it's turned upside down. So instead of stuffing... You want to do it? Instead of stuffing chicken with garlic butter, I'm stuffing sweet potatoes with some chicken stuffing. So first up, I've scrubbed these really well, and then we're just going to make some holes all over with a fork so the skin doesn't burst. You just keep on turning and putting it in. Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe not too crazy. Sweet potatoes are a really good source of dietary fibre, and leaving the skin on means it's really good for our gut as well. Okay, should we put them on the tray? And I've just preheated the oven to 220 degrees. So then I'm going to get a little bit of olive oil. Can you rub the oil on for me? So they get nice and crispy. Go on, rub it. Like this. Just rub them really well. And I just get some salt. So, just into the oven for 50 minutes at 220 until they're really nice and tender on the inside, crisp on the outside. So while that's happening, let's make some kale chips. Do you like kale chips? Yeah, they're yummy, aren't they? Kale chips are extremely popular in our house, and just so happens that they're one of the most nutritious foods on the planet too.
Kale chips.
Yeah. Running out of space.
Done.
You've done? Did you want to go and play outside for a little bit?
And then I can hide stuff.
Maybe. You can come back after. I'll come and get you. Now that the kale has been torn into chips, into bite-sized pieces, and I've lost my little helper, I'm just going to massage it with some oil because that's what makes our chips crunchy. Treating them with love as well. And then I'll season them with a little bit of salt, not too much because they're naturally salty. And I've done it many a time and over-seasoned, so just a light hand on the salt. So get these onto the tray. They only need about 8 to 10 minutes in the oven. If you don't have a large tray and they're kind of piled up on top of each other, I don't worry too much. I don't mind when they're a bit wilty and a bit crispy in parts. But if you can fit it into the oven, it's better if it's as flat as possible in a single layer. And just put them onto a lower shelf as well and keep the potatoes up high. While that's in the oven, I'm going to get on to cutting some capsicum. It also makes us a good meat-free option as well. So if you didn't want to use chicken, you could use mushrooms instead, and then I would combine them with some chopped capsicum. But if you didn't want to use capsicum, you could use some baby spinach or some chopped English spinach. So I'm just chopping it into small chunks and then fry it off, mix it in with the chicken. I do have some fond memories of the frozen chicken Kievs, despite how bad they would probably taste now as an adult. And I have since seen the ingredients list on the side with unidentifiable ingredients. I'm just reimagining chicken Kievs for my kids so they can have some new memories of them in a different form. Okay, so while that's cooking away, I want it to be nice and tender. I'll start, of course, on some garlic butter. You can make it dairy-free if you like. Just swap out oil for butter instead. And I'm adding the garlic in now so it has a chance to toast. Some great aromas going on right now. I'm just going to add some parsley in, stir it through, and just leave that to sit until we're ready to serve. Delicious. Add the chicken in. So I just have some leftover barbecue chicken here, but you can cook my chicken stuffing recipe in the book where I actually poach the chicken. Just add a touch of water just to bring it back to life and just to steam it in the pan a little and season with a bit of salt. Okay, that's all it needs. It's nice and warm. So I'm just going to put some nuts and seeds onto the tray with the potatoes. So add some nice crunch and texture. There, dinner is almost ready. And these are looking good, nice and crunchy. First step, So upside down chicken Kiev, inside out, is to slice up some sweet potato. You don't want to cut all the way through, just want to remain intact at the bottom. And then get a fork. Just open it up a little, and then you just want to fluff it up. Nice serving of kale chips on the side. You need to leave some. So just a bit of garlic butter on the fluffy sweet potato. And some chicken. Just fill it inside. Yummy. And that is my upside down chicken Kiev.